we're not going to delay the service. Amen. But we're going to go ahead on and bring our pastor up, and he's going to come and give to us that which God has given unto him. And you'll get yourselves ready to get your mind blown. Amen. Let's say amen. As he can tell the Michael Joe, as he can. Amen.
Amen. Turn to thank God tonight for Jesus and his precious blood. We bring you greetings from Holy Temple, Church of God in Christ. Amen. On tonight, amen, one of teaching night, we're glad to maybe come to your homes, in your automobiles, wherever you may be on tonight. We're just glad to be able to come before you on tonight. And last couple of weeks, I came, I think, from the book of Psalms with two messages, lessons. But tonight we're going to do something a little different in light of this pandemic that is going on. Tonight we have two of our young men of Holy Temple, actually two of my sons, Brother Michael Jordan Jr. and Brother Clarence Brown Jr. One is my biological son, the other is just my son. And, been knowing him all his life before he knew himself. Amen. His father and I was very good friends, kind of grew up with his father. We came up in the church together. We're talking about the late Deacon Clarence Brown Sr. His dad and I was ordained in the church together as deacons some years ago. And so this young man, so he's like a son of mine as well. You know him since he was first born. So tonight, he and my son is going to kind of talk to us a little bit about our health in the midst of this coronavirus that's going on. They're going to be sharing with us how to keep your immune system kind of built up, that'll kind of help guard against the viruses that is going on, not just the COVID virus, but any kind of virus, the flu and different things that's going on. A lot of it is what we eat. What we're taking into our bodies means a whole lot. You put the right things in your body, it will help your body to ward off or fight off some of these viruses and things that is breathing in the air. It all depends on what you're putting into this body, amen? Because God has equipped Mother Earth with everything this body needs. He formed it from the earth, from the dust of the ground. And when God formed it, before he formed man into his body, he had already put everything in him that the body needed to survive. God already knew when he made man what it was going to need. So this God, Mother Earth, has everything that the body needs. And I know a lot of us are dependent upon medication, but I'm not fighting medication. I want you to know tonight that there are a lot of non-medications that we can use, natural herbs and things that we can use of this body, even to heal some of the diseases and illnesses that are in our body. Certain herbs that God has already put down here for us. And a lot of times the pharmaceutical don't want you to know this because it taps in on their money. Pharmaceutical is all about money, making money. So they don't want to tell you about, things that you can use without using medicine. And I preach and teach and tell us all the time, even a lot of medicine that we take, almost every medicine that you take, it has side effects. It's working for one thing, but it's causing 3 or 4 more other things to happen. And they'll tell you, if you take this medicine, it may cause this, it may cause that. If you experience this, if you experience, and sometimes I'm looking at it and say, my God, I might as well deal with what I'm dealing with, that all the side effects that come along with just using a medication. So tonight, again, we're not fighting the medication, but we do want you to know that there are herbs and things that we can use, the right fruits down on this earth that you can use to build up your immune system. And matter of fact, on the other day, it was a post that came across Facebook. Someone reposted before long. For some reason they took it off. Because sometimes they don't want you to know certain things that can help you. So immediately it came off after a little while of being on there. But tonight I asked them if they would to come and just talk with us and share with the listening audience some things that you can do naturally to help you against this virus. And believe it or not, most of the people that are getting this virus is not in the hospital. Most of them, I've been looking at the news, most of the people that get it, unless you pretty much have to go on the ventilator, you at home fighting this virus. They're not in the hospitals. They're fighting it at home. Just like they do a normal flu or something else. But the only time they're going to the hospital is when they start having respiratory and can't breathe. You pretty much have to go on ventilator. But I've known people that have been very, very sick with this virus. Come out to coronavirus, they get very sick. But they told us to stay home and treat themselves at home. So tonight, we're going to just share with you some things that you can do to treat yourself to hopefully prevent you from maybe even catching it. Is that all right tonight? So we're going to tune in to listen. As these three young men, they're very knowledgeable in health and herbs and fruits and those kinds of. My son been preaching and teaching his way. He would always be telling us, God not eating right, what you eat. You know, if you eat right, you don't have to worry about this, that, and the other. And he's been a big opponent of medication. You know, he talks against it all the time because he believes that there's enough herbs and natural things right down here we can use without the medication. Amen. But at this time, before they come over, Father God, again, we come before your presence tonight. Lord, we come just to say thank you. Thank you, Lord, for what you've done for us. Thank you for your loving kindness and your tender mercy. Lord, we thank you for how you've been keeping us, how you've been watching over us. Lord, I'm reminded today about your word. Your word has already told us, except the Lord will keep the city, and watch and wake it, but in vain. And I believe that to say, Lord, no matter what we do, no matter what precautions that we take, if you don't keep us from this virus, we won't be killed. So Lord, make sure that you will keep us. Keep your loving arms of protection around us. Watch over us and guard us. In the name of Jesus. Lord, lift every head that hang down. Bind the broken heart. Strengthen the feeble knees. Give the weak to faith. I am strong. Now, Lord, make that you would touch and heal all matter of sickness and disease. But we know tonight that cancer, raising in life. We know tonight that people heart condition, lung condition, you name it, kidney condition, all kinds of conditions, and yet exist in us tonight. So Lord, that's the way that you touch your healing hand, touch your healing, all manner of sickness and disease. Lord, we just touch the person that's in their home right now, and may be ailing in their body, and they have the virus, or they may have some other illness that they're fighting against on tonight. God, that you will strengthen them right now in the name of Jesus. Touching their home right now, touching their baby, touching their hospital room, touching their automobile. Lord, that you would touch. May it be everywhere. Thank the Lord. Thank God. And everyone say amen and amen. At this time, we're going to give it to the hands of Brother Harry Brown Jr. will be coming for the saving of the music.
Hey, Facebook, how y'all doing? Amen. I want to say thank you to Pastor Jordan. He called me earlier today to make sure that we can have this presentation ready for everyone out there. A couple of things I want to say before we actually get into it. For those of you who have seen us online streaming, we have YouTube over this side, Facebook over the side. We have the prayer line going as well. Please remember to support the church. We have seen this, it's been working. It has been working drastically. The numbers that we've been able to reach, Pastor, I know I told you last week, but I check these things weekly. Now we're in the thousands of people who have been viewing. So this is the reach of online is much larger than we can do inside these walls. The goal of Christianity, if I remember correctly, I've been growing up in this my whole life, is to reach out, to bring people to Christ. And I say that we can do more reaching here than we've ever been able to do in here. So for all of you guys that are out there, Holy Temple Church of God in Christ family, please share, spread the message. You can always go online to uh, Holy Temple. It's www.holytemplecogic.online. That is the website. And be on the lookout for the next couple of weeks. We actually going to have the Nurses Corner featuring our own First Lady Missionary Rachel Jordan, who's been in nursing in the healthcare field for over 40 years. So when you say the knowledge, you want to know something to help you with your health, even tonight and going forward, she is one of the people who can definitely give you more information on the medical side than I can. We're also going to have featured interviews with our pastor and first lady. So for those who are looking for a church home, you can be able to go on our website in the next couple of weeks and see and meet our pastor and first lady on a more personal basis. And so this is what we're really focusing on. Sorry for the difficulties, but tonight what we're really going to be focusing on really is health. And we're just not talking about physical health. We're talking about health all the way around, spiritual, mind, body, and soul. So the first thing I want to kind of hit on and talk about is the physical health side, right? And then we're going to go into mental health as well, and some of the things that you guys can do. So as the pastor talked about earlier, just the food that we eat. The food that we eat. I want to say it's the food that we eat. A lot of times we have, I'm just going to say the American, that are the Western civilization, our diet over here, we have been made to eat and to love taste. So the salt, the sugars, things of that sort, right? And these are the things that have really caused us to hold inflammation. It's the things that have caused us to have all these sorts of illnesses, right? It's just a few health facts that they call diabetes, the rich man's diet, right? The rich man disease, should I say? And that's mainly because overseas, a lot of the areas where they're growing their food, where they're always cultivating their food, they don't actually have that. I was reading some stats on Poland and Europe in some of those areas. They have a 5% diabetes ratio in their population. 5%. Okay, and it means that you have this minuscule people, and that's because they understand how to eat. And then a lot of times they're eating the things that they tell us don't eat, the fats, the oils. These are heavily in these people's diets, and they have a life expectancy close to the 90s. So what is the really, really major issue? It is the processed food that we eat, the fast food that we eat, and it is breaking down the nutrients of the actual food. Our soil is different, so even the vegetables that we get a lot of times are not vitamin nutrient rich. So it's a lot of things that you can have to do to supplement. We have some supplements as well, and so we're going to end up starting with this right now. Put the mic to the side. We're going to move this over for you now. Put it to the front of the mic. So we can actually go. Awesome. Like I said, we're going to sure. So a lot of these vitamins and things that we're going to start, I'm going to start with the vitamins first, then we're going to move to the food, and then we're actually going to end up moving to the spiritual and the mental health, because that all plays a part, right? So I'm going to start, and these right here happen to be some of the vitamins that I take daily. And before the pandemic, I've been taking them. A lot of you guys have seen me go through the weight loss journey, things of that sort, and these are things that supplements I take every day. So I'm going to start with this right here. Remember, I got the pastor and the first lady, some of this. This is black seed oil. to everybody who understands what it is. Cold pressed organic. So in religious relics, it says that this cures everything but death. But the reason why this one is so important, its anti-inflammatory properties are all for the lungs, right? So this is what it specializes in, is lungs. So COVID-19 is a pulmonary bacteria, right? This can probably by itself knock out this virus out of your system if you catch it early enough. This right here, like I said, one of the most anti-inflammatory vitamins that you can take. It is black curcumin. Curcumin, you guys already know that it is a herb, but this right here alone can pretty much probably take care of all of it, right? And yeah, my wife, she takes the pills. The pastor just said it's nasty, of course, but it is. I need to actually refill this one. Of course, I mean, this is just a natural multivitamin. Of course, with us, as some of you guys are watching, or even more, us as melanated people, should I say, vitamin D. This is one that's fortified with vitamin D. Vitamin D for us helps us absorb everything else on here. If we have a vitamin D deficiency, a lot of this stuff won't even work. So a multivitamin that pretty much has vitamin D helps with bones. It helps, regenerate. So that is definitely a good one. This right here, this is my stand. I need more vitamin C. We all understand what vitamin C does, right? One of the biggest fighters for everything. You can get this in most of your citrus fruits. But with these, it says it's a 500 milligram tablet. Me, myself, I probably take 1,500. I take 3 or 4 of these a day. And once again, this is one helps you get your body to a maximum alkalinity, right? So one of the great herbal doctors, Dr. Sebi, who recently passed a couple of years ago, he really preached about getting the body at an alkaline state. So he actually went up against the Supreme Court, right? And a lot of you guys know the story, and beat them. And because they were saying that, okay, well, since you're a doctor, you must have these credentials to be a doctor. He didn't ever say that I am a doctor. I'm calling it doctor because what it's been designed to do is to get your body to alkalinity. I'm not saying that I can cure everything, but I'm saying to you, if you can get your body up to where God made it, which is to be alkaline, it would cure it too, right? So this is one of these things. Vitamin C can help you get up to there, right? Ginger. These pills are also actually eat the ginger root. For those of you who have digestion issues, motion sickness, things of that sort, this also helps cure that. So a lot of the Pepto-Bismols and a lot of those anti-bacteria, I'm going to say that a lot of that stuff is caused with diarrhea, things of that sort. It's caused by having the wrong bacteria in your system from food. This can combat that. Once again, these are one of those things that help you bring your immune system up so you can ward off those things, right? I'm actually going to move this one to last because this one is really important. This is going to have to segue us into the mental health portion. For us men out here, maca, okay? Now, these two, maca and tribulus, these are things for our health, right? So for a lot of us who are still essential workers like myself, I know the first lady is still going into the hospitals. These things help with also the reproductive system, helps with energy. It helps build up your metabolism. These are two that I take all of the time daily. Like I said, and if men out there, if you're taking these, you will never need the blue pill. I'm trying to take. That's what I'm trying to take. Understand this. And this is made by, hey, the Lord put this on. Hey, Shundo, hey, it makes me glad about it. Okay. These two right here, you would never have to ever worry about messing with no blue pills. I'm trying to tell you. All right. Saffron. Okay. Now saffron is another one that I just recently started taking. So a lot of us have been staying at home. Some of us have just been trying to pass time eating whatever, or whatever the case may be. Like I said, Brother Mike is going to end up going over a whole lot of this diet stuff. And this right here, saffron, of course, is another herb from India, Malaysia. It is an appetite suppressant. And most of everything up here, just so y'all know, is all holistic, right? These are all really herbs. Saffron, you can buy this in saffron, get it in rice. You can actually go to HEB in the herb aisle and pick it up and put it in your food. It helps with digestion. But one of the main things is that it's an appetite suppressant. it will allow the good bacteria in your body to ward off everything else, some of the bad bacteria. It actually put it back in, build up your immune system because whether you guys know it or not, your real second brain is here. A lot of diseases, things that we have, inflammation, it don't ever start with the COVID-19, things of that sort. It's here. That's why a lot of people with underlying health conditions are getting sick because here is where everything has started. So this is another one that really, really helps combat and it helps you stop eating nonsense. So if you take this and you go to Popeyes, it's gonna make you spit it up. I'm trying to tell you. So I don't eat Popeyes, but it can happen to you, right? Um, Probiotic and prebiotic. So this is one that I take all the time, and the hype around the past couple of years has been probiotics, right? Putting the good bacteria. So the way the body is made, and the first lady can attest to this, and what Pastor Jordan has said, everything is in balance. The omnipotent God is probably the most smartest creative being that we can't even imagine. So everything is in balance. A lot of food and things that we drink and eat takes us out of balance. So this one is a pro and prebiotic, right? So putting the good bacteria back in and removing the bad. The pre actually removes the bad. Once again, this is one of those things that is essential just because if you are the type of person who doesn't have the greatest diet, eat a lot of greasy foods, fatty foods, I'm talking about the processed fats, what this instantly does, in probably the second or third day, you would instantly start removing. You see your body, it may be through smells, through fecal matter, whatever, it will start to get rid of it, and this will push it out. For those of you guys who are having a lot of anxiety and dealing with this COVID-19, melatonin, okay? You can't sleep at night, your mind is wandering, or you're binge watching Netflix because rest is essential. Take you a couple of these melatonin, go to bed early, and really get you some rest. And actually, I'm going to come back to this one because this is for your adrenal health. I'm going to bring up Brother Mike because he has some supplements that he actually taken on segue to the food. And then we're going to come back together and really talk about the mental health and what stress is doing to us. Okay?
Hello, everybody. Good evening. As I heard my dad earlier and Brother Brown, we've kind of been on this journey for quite some time now. And at one point, we actually had a little health class that we were doing here at the church. So I did bring a lot of my notes that for things that we started on. But we do understand that with this virus, it's basically a virus that attacks respiratory, right? Correct. That's what we've been hearing, right? Tell me some ways that y'all think are the best ways to fight, but just fight, period, health-wise, viruses, anything like that. Pray. Who said prayer? Prayer, that's one. Who else? Working out. Two. Who else? Sleep. Three. Who else? Water. Four. Who else? And who? Decrease your stress. Yes. Five. Anybody else? Best. Who said that? Little man in the back. Okay, so check it out. Water. Is number one. We all know even without this virus, we cannot live. Our body cannot live without water. Okay, so hopefully we have gotten to the point now to where as we are finding waters that are some waters are more beneficial than others. Any water that have electrolytes already in it will be more beneficial than regular water, regular tap water. Okay, any water that has not electrolytes.
Or the ones that are purified.
Not purified. It's another one.
I'm talking about to stay away from it. Yeah. The one that is
alkaline. I'm sorry. Alkaline water,
spring
water. All of these things are better than your regular water. Okay. We want to make sure that we are drinking water on a daily basis. How much water are we supposed to drink on a daily basis? Half of your body weight in ounces. Okay, so that means for me, with my body weight, with my mass, that means I'm gonna be drinking more water than per se my dad. All right. So just make sure that we are drinking enough water on a daily basis. Number two, we gotta make sure that we are getting the proper rest. Period. Okay. If we are not resting, if our bodies are not resting and rebuilding themselves while we sleep, we're gonna have problems. Okay. Rest is very, very important, especially right now. Okay. Exercise. Did anybody say exercise? Somebody said exercise, right? All right. Even in the midst of the social distancing, that should not stop everybody in here from doing at least 30 minutes of some form of cardio or exercise on a daily basis. Okay. Not only will it help fight infections and viruses and all that type of stuff, it's very, very good for your heart, cardio, all that type of stuff. We know these things already, so I'm brushing through it real quick. Um, Clean food is another one. I heard a little man back there, fruits and vegetables. Okay, and we know fruits, green veggies, and all of that, nuts, everything. When we talk about clean eating, that's what we're talking about. Okay, nothing processed, none of that. That I heard Brother Brown say earlier. Okay, and maintaining the proper mental health, because this is the thing, and I don't know if y'all know, a lot of sickness is actually linked to your brain. Okay, what you think can determine how your body respond and react in all of these situations. So if you are constantly thinking about this COVID-19, not only you're affecting your mental, and it will affect your physical. Okay, mental health and physical health go together. So we all believe that, and we was taught that if you keep your mind, okay, stayed on Jesus. If we can do that, and we understand that He is the one that can give us peace in the midst of all of this, then from a mental standpoint, if we just do what we've been taught all along, we will be fine from that standpoint. Okay. Um, I want to give us a few things real quick, because I know Brother Brown he was going more deeper than what I intended to go on tonight, because I want to give us something that can help us like right now. Okay. So we're gonna talk about foods that can create mucus. And I heard him mention mucus on tonight, right? We understand that most of our sicknesses, it thrives in mucus. The more mucus we have in our body, the more sickly we will be, the harder it is to fight it off. Okay? Um, Cottage cheese, milk, ice cream, jams and jellies, syrup, cookies, butter, chips, bread, pretzels, cake, deep fried fruits, soy, corn, corn oil. Are any of us, am I knocking on anybody's door with any of these on tonight? All right. Mucus, okay? These foods will set up mucus in our bodies. Now, I want to give y'all some foods that can eliminate the mucus, okay? Cauliflower, garlic, celery, asparagus, onions, limes, lemons, pretty much any green vegetable you can think of. Grapefruit, oranges, ginger, pineapple, bamboo shoots. All of these foods are active agents of eliminating the mucus that's in our bodies. Okay, so I can give y'all a list of this after we get done with this here, but I can give y'all a list and we can start moving forward. Try to make sure we are buying things to help us and not hurt us in this time. All right. Let's see. Say it again.
Does the mucus build up on your heart?
Can
You say, can it?
Yeah, does the mucus build up on your heart?
It's your body, period. Somebody asked that? Everywhere.
Yeah.
In your body, period. Okay? You wanna?
I can tell them about that. So the mucus, when it builds up, like I said, it can build up on your heart. It can build up anywhere all throughout your body. What ends up happening is that, and I give you a perfect example of what ends up happening. The first start to understand that you may have something going on with your body is phlegm, right? So especially right now with COVID, because it's a pulmonary issue, that when you start to have a lot of phlegm, that is the first warning sign that your body is fighting and warning off, right? So these things building around your heart, it won't start in your heart. To be honest with you, that's not where it starts. It's going to start in your gut first. It's going to start in your gut, and it's going to move directly to your lungs, right? That's exactly what it is. Then, if it continues to be there, you continue to eat those anti-inflammatory foods, or inflammatory foods, should I say? Then it starts to go throughout your body. Then it's going to attack your major organ, your heart. Then you won't be able to breathe. And if you ever see someone with heart issues, you ever notice that they have pulmonary issues automatically? It's they are related. And lungs, right? They go hand in hand. So absolutely. So as Brother Benson actually said that, stomach, lungs, heart. That's pretty much how the attack goes. So what Brother Mike is saying, I'm actually going to take everything that he's talking about with these foods and these vitamins and put them on the Facebook page. They will be on our website and they will be on the YouTube page.
Thank you. So I heard him mention something about vitamin C, right? We all are aware that our bodies don't produce vitamin C, right? That means because our bodies does not naturally produce it, we have to be responsible for getting it there. Okay? Vitamin C, very, 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 very important, especially with this right here. All right. And I'm going to give you some of the citrus fruits for vitamin C. They have pretty much the most vitamin C in them. I love vitamin C. I love citrus fruits. But again, and I think I mentioned some of these already. Grapefruit, oranges, tangerines, lemons, limes, clementine. Okay, all of this is the citrus fruits. And again, our body does not produce it and it does not store it. So we got to make sure that we're doing what we need to do on a daily basis to put that in there. Okay, all of the citrus fruits that I just named are very high in vitamin C. All right, red bell peppers. Another one that's good. As a matter of fact, red bell peppers probably have double the vitamin C as any other thing I just named. Okay, red bell peppers, red. Okay, we know they got green, they got orange, yellow. We know that. But right here, we're talking about red bell peppers. Okay, so if you do not have those, go get you some. Any grocery store in Houston, produce section, you should be fine. Okay. They also have, they're also rich in beta carotene, and it's good for your skin. Okay, so red bell peppers. Broccoli. Did anybody mention broccoli tonight? Nobody mentioned broccoli tonight? Okay, so broccoli is supercharged with vitamins and minerals. Okay, it's packed with vitamins A, C, and E. All right, as well as many other antioxidants and fiber. Okay, broccoli is very, very, very good to consume. Okay, especially during this time. I mentioned garlic, and I'm just going to read a little bit on the garlic. It says garlic is found in almost every cuisine in the world. It helps to lower blood pressure. It slows down the hardening of the arteries. I'm sorry, and it has plenty of immune boosting properties. Okay, and again, we understand that the immune system is the best way to combat any of this stuff. Okay, having a strong and healthy immune system. Ginger. I know I mentioned that. And the good thing about ginger, again, it helps to decrease inflammation. Okay. Um, and it's good for nausea. Okay, just wanted to put that in there look for y'all. Spinach. Did anybody mention spinach? Nobody? Y'all don't like spinach? I love spinach. All right. Um, it says spinach is rich in vitamin C. It's also packed with numerous antioxidants and beta carotene, which I mentioned earlier, which may increase the infection fighting ability of our immune system. Again, spinach, broccoli, all of these things are very, very close at what they do. Yogurt. I do not like yogurt. I really do not, but I want to read something that it says. Okay. Okay, it says, look for yogurts that have live and active cultures printed on the label, like Greek yogurt. Okay, these cultures may stimulate your immune system to help fight diseases. Try to get plain yogurts rather than the kinds that are pre-flavored and loaded with sugar. Okay, I'm gonna read that again. Try to get plain yogurts rather than the kinds that are pre-flavored and loaded with sugar. You can sweeten your plain yogurt yourself with healthy fruits and a drizzle of honey instead. Okay, so again, we're trying to eliminate the sugars, the white sugar especially. It says yogurt can also be a great source of vitamin D, so try to select brands fortified with vitamin D. And vitamin D helps to regulate the immune system and it's thought to boost our body's natural defenses against diseases. Okay, so again, I'm not a big fan of yogurt, but we can all see the benefits in that. Nuts, almonds, and all of these things. Anybody like nuts in here? Okay, nuts. Okay, let me read what it says about that. It says, when it comes to preventing and fighting off colds, vitamin E tends to take a backseat to vitamin C. However, vitamin E is key to a healthy immune system. It's a fat-soluble vitamin, meaning it requires the presence of fat to be absorbed properly. Nuts, such as almonds, are packed with the vitamin. They also have healthy fats. A half cup serving, which is about 46 whole shell almonds, provides nearly 100% of the recommended daily amount of vitamin E. Okay, so we got to understand what's going on. I'm gonna pause real quick because I want to talk about these. Okay. All right. This is something that I take on a daily basis, and it's really just apple cider vinegar tabs. A lot of people drink it, but they do have the tabs. And I'm gonna tell y'all, with the tabs, a lot of the times these tabs are infused with other things. Now, this is just regular apple cider vinegar, but I have some that actually have beet extract and other vegetables that's already mixed into it. So when I take it, I'm getting all of it. So versus just drinking the apple cider, I'm getting beets, I'm getting this, that, whatever already infused into it. All right. So a good thing to have. This is, it's just apple cider vinegar tabs. Okay. And these are made by Nutrition Works. All right. This right here is also made by Nutrition Works. This is greens powder. Basically, it has 35 whole foods, including kale, spirulina, spinach, barley grass, beets, wheatgrass, ginger root. All of this stuff is already in here. So all you're basically doing is taking you 8 ounces of water, okay, 1 scoop, mix it into your water, shake it up, and go for what you know. Okay? And these right here, you can find these all over, but I like to go to places like Burlington's, Marshall's, Ross, versus like GNC and all these other places, because once you get them into like Burlington's, Ross, or whatever, the same way they do with clothes, they do with these right here. All right, you're going to be able to get it way cheaper at these places because they have already been marked down versus going to a GNC or wherever where. All right, so
Can I interject?
yeah, go ahead.
And so, and we don't actually have this one up here. The same thing as Brother Mike was talking about, these super greens. There's one in particular I want to mention to anybody out there who has high blood pressure, hypertension. There's one called Super Beets. The one he said that, of course, it's infused with the apple cider vinegar, but it's nitrous oxide. You can get the nitrous oxide, but there's one that's Super Beets. This has been proven. Just beets itself is a superfood. When you get that into your system and you take that daily, that would help regulate your blood pressure. So for those of you guys who have hypertension, just like in Burlington's, I bought mine in Burlington as well. It's called nitrous oxide, but it will say Super Beets on it. It's the exact same thing. It helps open up your veins and your arteries, and it will combat your hypertension. They gotta throw that in there real quick.
A good colon cleanser. Everybody understands how important it is to cleanse your colon, correct? Okay, this is again another powder that's full of, this one actually has 28 whole foods, including alkalizing greens and organic superfruits. All right, prebiotic, probiotic, I'm sorry, all this is already in here. And again, same way, 1 scoop, 8 ounces of water, and that's what we're doing, all right? So, and this one right here that I'm showing right now is actually made by Essential Greens, and it is a super colon cleanse, as well as a detoxifier, okay? So we want to make sure that we are doing these things as best for our business as we can. This right here is a vitamin pack. Okay, this is a vitamin pack from GNC. This is one as well. I take a couple of different ones, just depends on what I come across. But in this, you have pretty much everything you would possibly need on a daily basis. It's in this pack. All right. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This one have 8 different pills in here. Okay. You got stuff in here for your heart. You got stuff in here for your prostate. You got, pretty much everything you need. Okay. And this is the thing. I tell people all the time, they be like, oh, well, how much is this? How much is that? I tell people it's way more. Me personally, I believe that I would rather spend, it's going to cost you more if you don't do this. When the last time y'all seen the hospital bill? Anybody been in the hospital lately? No? Listen. If y'all have seen the hospital statements that I have seen, then you will understand what we're saying on tonight. This right here is way more cheaper to do. I heard somebody say, oh, well, I can go to Burger King and I can get Whoppers 2 for $6. And I'm like, I hear it. They was like, just to go into the store, most of your fruits and vegetables gonna cost you $7, $8 for a bag of fruits and vegetables off the top. And that may be the case. I'm not gonna tell you that it don't, but you can find fruits and vegetables on sale. But again, we understand what that processed food and that bad eating to do. And I guarantee anybody that's listening, it's either you're gonna do this now and you're gonna head that out, or you're gonna keep doing what you're doing, and in the long run, it's gonna cost you more. Okay? So please, 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 just listen to what we're saying, listen to the advice that we're trying to give, and please, please, please do everything in our power that we can to make sure that we are eating right, that we are resting, that we are sleeping, that we are staying mentally focused, that we are praying. I heard my uncle say praying. These are the things that we want to do. Okay.
Come on. Yes, sir. Stay right there. So I want to talk about as we kind of segue into our mental health part about focusing on, and I'm gonna share this vitamin with you guys. Focusing on our really mental health. Brother Mike and I, my wife and I, we have a podcast right there. We started and we started our channel. So my first couple of shows, it was me, Brother Mike, another young man that grew up in this church, Terrell Collins. We did our first couple of episodes, but this weekend it was me, Brother Mike, his son, as we call Poogie, and we were discussing a lot of the COVID-19 just issues and even some of the great things that have come around. And then we hit on the topic of mental health. And that is something that even before COVID-19, it was a major thing that we were trying to battle and combat, because with social media and all the distractions of the world, it has created a fallacy in a lot of people's lives. So you're trying to live up to this particular standard and not really focus on what we need to be focused on. So it's calling people to have a lot of mental issues, right? So I'm actually going to talk about myself and one of the supplements that I've been taking. And this is for your adrenals. So in January, I went and got my physical. And the doctor even told me, she was like, for a minute, your stature, I'm surprised that all your numbers are great, but you got one major issue. And I was like, okay, so what is that? She was like, your cortisol levels are through the roof. And I would say, cortisol, okay, so what really is that? She was like, well, cortisol is missionary can attest to this. It is basically a stress hormone, right? So your body releases cortisol when you are stressed. It is the reason why we have our fight or flight sense. When I heard Pastor preach about this a few times. When a mother sees her kid in danger, they can even move a car, because this is that energy that pumps to your body. Once again, God has made our bodies in perfect balance, right? So what ends up happening with myself, and this is one of the major things, Brother Mike can attest to this, my wife, people around me, I do not eat bad at all. I really pretty much stay within my caloric intake. Some of the stuff I do, I'm not going to admit this in church. I like alcohol. I like to drink. I'm working on it. We kicking it to the curb. But that's one of my things. But for the most part, I do not eat bad. But she explained to me what stress is doing to my body, right? So cortisol, after you get in danger, right, and you get stressed, your body releases this cortisol. And once it's over, it takes usually about 30 minutes for this cortisol to leave. My body does not do that at all. It stores it. It stores it anytime I'm stressed. Now, I work for the healthcare system in the IT department. So you can pretty much imagine during COVID-19, the amount of stress that I have dealt with, because I've been working around the clock. Some friends and family who might be out here watching, they understand. The text, the doctors call us, the nurses call us. We on call 24 hours when stuff breaks, because once again, they still need to be able to serve patients. But when your computer breaks, you got to call somebody to fix it. I'm one of those people. So what ends up happening is that my stress levels are through the roof. So this is what's been happening to me as I've been going through my weight loss issue, is that even if I eat right and I stress out, my body still remains weight and it fluctuates. Okay. So these are the things that we're talking about: mental health, keeping your stress level. Now, that's why I said I wanted to save this supplement for last. This is it's called Adrenal Min, right? Your adrenal glands, right? So this helps combat the cortisol along with the water intake and with all the other vitamins. But if any of you guys are stressed and have anxiety about what's going on right now, first of all, we should be leaning and depending on God, right? That's what we should be doing. Our faith should be carrying us through this. But, sometimes for the most part, a lot of people is not. But this amount of stress can end up causing weight gain. It can cause stress on your organs, on your heart, things of that sort. So this is one of those things that I wanted to present last, because that's my story. And I'm actually fighting and combating this. But if you get into the rhythm, your body will react to this differently. It will hold stress. And you can see people, they stress eat. I don't stress eat at all. But if I continue to be in stress, my body holds whatever cortisol and stores it as fat. So please be on the lookout for that. If you find your stress levels, you're not going out getting your vitamin D and your exercise, that's something that could possibly happen to you as well. Okay. Brother Mike had brought up something on Sunday we discussed, and you can tell him about the young lady, if I'm not mistaken, something about quarantine. Remember what we talked about on Sunday? The suicide. Yeah.
Yeah, I had ran across a story of, well, it's not just one story, but dealing with the mental health in these times again. We have a lot of people who are not conditioned for this right here, the social distancing. We all understand that we are social creatures. We were designed to be social. And a lot of these, especially the people who already have mental conditions going on. Please listen to what I'm saying. Make sure we're checking on our people. All right. We have people who are committing suicide. We have youngsters, old people. We have a lot of people right now that are committing suicide simply because of the social distancing that's in place. Them feeling like they are in this world all alone. There's nobody for them to call on, nobody for them to depend on. This is something that's going on. And again, we're talking about mental health. All right. We understand how important mental health is. So for the people who already are suffering from some form of mental health, then these times right here is even more so that we should be on top of that. All right. Because again, it's not something that we are accustomed to. We are indeed social. So to be dealing with this, understanding that they operate a little different, we need to make sure that we're doing what we need to do in that as well. And I'm going to read this right here, and we're going to wrap this up for tonight because it's so much stuff that we can get into. And honestly and truly, to break it all the way down, we would have to go down to a cellular level, which is something that I would definitely want to do when the time permits. But for right now, I'm going to read this, and then we're going to wrap this up. This is a little something that I pulled that says natural health from head to toe. It says the true route to vibrant health is through knowing that all of our body systems are connected. That's why it's crucial to support all of these systems with care from head to toe. And it says your brain has over 86 million nerve cells, which transmit important information to the rest of the body through electrical signals. And it says that to support these cells, we support them with omega-3s. Did anybody mention the omega-3s tonight? No. Okay, omega-3 is a very, very, very important substance that we need. Okay, we can obtain this mostly through our fatty fish oil supplements. Okay, Sister Lou, I like the fish, so keep on doing your thing with the fish because it's good for your brain. Okay,
I'm going to interject one more time. Once again, the flaxseed oil right here, as I stated earlier, it has all of the omega-3s as well. Right. So once again, pulmonary, one of the most fortified omega-3s that you can get. Okay, continue.
All right. Again, cardiovascular disease affects more than 1.3 million Canadians. All right, that's Canadians. Take care of your heart by maintaining a healthy weight, eating a healthy diet, and following an active lifestyle. Okay, and it says coenzyme Q10 is a natural antioxidant that can improve the heart's muscles ability to contract. Okay, so we understand how the heart works and we understand all that, so we're not gonna spend a lot of time on that. Your lymphatic system, okay, that's something that I'm sure my mom could expound on with the lymphatic part. Okay, it says that like a sewer system for the body, the lymphatic system helps to remove dead cells and waste products while fighting off any invading bugs. All right? And it says vitamin C helps to maintain strong lymph tissues, while vitamin A strengthens infection fighting cells. Okay? Then we have the muscular system. All right? And it basically asks the questions, are your muscles sore from a hard workout or any injury? And it talks about the branched chain amino acids and all the things that the muscles use to replenish and rebuild themselves. Okay. And then of course going on down to our joints and all of that. We know the vitamin D and all that is good for that. And then the last one is it have a little picture of your feet, but it's basically saying that it want us to try to take at least 9,000 steps a day. So I know some people have the little watches and all that stuff, or the little apps on your phone where you can basically set it and it'll tell you how many steps you took today, this and that. It's a good investment because when you have that little alert, when you have something that you could use as a focal point, then 9 times out of 10, if you set out to say, I'm gonna get my 9,000 steps in today, and you have something that's tracking it, you're gonna get it done. Okay. So with that being said, that's what we have for the night.
No, not at all. Just also, I really don't have anything else to say. Once again, please go onto the church's website, support the church, Holy Temple, COGIC.online. You can give there all the updates, all the upcoming events that we have. And please be on the lookout over the next 2 weeks. You will see the interviews with our great pastor here, Pastor Superintendent Michael Jordan, and master nurse missionary. You will be able to answer health questions direct because we're going to take what we have done here tonight and you will be able to reach out to us if you have any questions. That is coming, guys. Okay, thank you.
Any questions before we? No? So at this time, we're going to turn it back over to the hands of Superintendent Jordan. Y'all give him a round of applause as he comes.
Let everybody know that, I got a message that MetroLift is partnered up with, Walmart. And to the seniors that need, food delivered to them, they will deliver it to them. Their number is 832-394-0814. And they need to call that number and let them know, if they need any kind of food. And they're gonna do it on Friday, so they need to call soon in order to get that delivery to them on Friday.
Amen. Again, we thank God tonight for these two young men, Brother Michael. Being proud of them. They brought us some valuable information on tonight. I thank God, amen, because we could have just wrote a lesson from the Bible. But I believe that God also wants us to be, one of my favorite scriptures is 3 John, the 2nd verse, when John was talking to his beloved friend David. He said, Beloved, I wish above all things that thou mayest prosper and be in health, as thy soul prosper. For those of you that want a word tonight, that's a word from the Lord. So we know that Gaius was a very dear friend of John, and what John was saying that his physical health was just as important as his spiritual health. So what we're saying tonight, we brought this to y'all tonight because we believe that our physical health is just as important as the spiritual. As a matter of fact, without the physical health, we can't really do the spiritual health. We can't really do work for the Lord if we are not in good health. And all about it, we can't get out and do the things that we need to do. And we can't get around. When we was like that man I preached about on Sunday, that had been lame from his mother's womb, could not walk in to be carried. And we have to be carried from place to place. We can't do that much in the spiritual realm. So we brought you something tonight that will try to help balance and keep your bodies in health. Another good scripture I love, and you can jot these two down and read them from time to time. The first one was 3 John, the 2nd verse, and the second one is Proverbs 10 and 22. But Solomon was saying the blessing of the Lord make it rich. And he, sometimes we leave that out. Most times we say the blessing of the Lord make it rich and added. But the scripture said, and he added no sorrow with it, that he is the Lord. The blessing of the Lord make us rich, and then the Lord is not adding no sorrow with that blessing. So what I'm saying tonight to us, that if God has blessing in store for us, and I don't believe that some of us, we're waiting around for someone to die to get some insurance money to come. To me, that's all. It's a blessing of the Lord making one rich and adding no sorrow. I don't want to be rich and Sister Rachel not here with me to share their riches. I want God to bless me while she's still here. We can enjoy it together. Amen. So we just brought you some things tonight. We will be coming to you again with some more of this kind of teaching. And matter of fact, I thank God for one of our dear members, Sister Lily Lewis. She's with us all the time. Sunday after church, we was out on the ground kind of talking about it. And she the one that brought it up. That would be good for a teacher, a Tuesday night teaching, what we're talking about now. And I told her, so you know what, that's a good idea. So I immediately told Brother Brown and Brother Jordan to be prepared to come to us tonight with what they came with. And we will be coming again with more information about how we can stay a little more healthy in this day and time. Now, I'm going to say this in closing. Most of y'all that know me, that was around me, I think it was from like around the first part of November. I know it was because it was when I got ready to go to St. Louis, all the way to my birthday, from the earlier part of November, all the way to the first part of March. I had a cough that it seemed like I just couldn't get rid of it. And several Sundays I would let one of the elders preach for me because of the cough. I could not get rid of the cough. And my daughter was teasing me the other day, and she made me right. My baby daughter, she's a nurse, and she was teasing me the other day. She said, Dad, she said, remember you had that cough, you couldn't get it. She said, you may have had coronavirus. And I told her, I said, maybe, I don't know. But I did. Someone said this started last year. Something to do, but I did have that cough that I could not get rid of it. But I want you to know that, and I went to the doctor, was taking prescribed medication. I went to my personal doctor. 2 different occasions, they gave me antibiotics to fight off that cough. And I would go through the antibiotics and yet was feeling the better, but the cough was still there. Then a good friend of mine, by the name of Sister Howard, one day I was in her office and I was talking with her. And she told me about something that they touched on tonight. She said, Anitra, won't you try? She said, cut you up some garlic, get you some cloves of garlic. Cut them up real small. You know, and put them like in a tablespoon, mix like a couple of tablespoons of chopped up garlic. You know, and chop them up real small, and she says, swallow, don't chew it, but just swallow it. So in order to swallow it, you have to kind of mix some water, some behind it to flush it down. But she told me to do that along with some pure olive oil. And we know that we practice olive oil around all the time. Olive oil is good for a whole lot of things, you know, the pure olive oil. And she told me, she said, try that, you know, and she said that'll work for you. And when I tried that, the cough was there. I had me coughing too. You know, that was just something else. Like I said, the antibiotics and all that was not helping me. But when I started doing the cloves of garlic with a couple of tablespoons of the pure olive oil, now again, y'all know garlic don't taste all that good. But things that don't taste good is good for you. Brother Brown mentioned that black seed oil. At one point I was taking it, and that is some nasty stuff. But I want you to know that even though it tastes nasty, as he was saying, it's really good for you. What's in the black seed oil. So again, I'm gonna start by taking that, Brother Brown. I have some in my cabinet now because I stopped taking it. It was so nasty. But I want to go back to putting that into my system, especially if it's going to help the respiratory, if we say respiratory. So there are some things that we can take that are natural. But I want you to know that And since I already told you, say, when you try that, you let me know how it works. And I want them to know that it did work for me. So, that's one thing I want to share with us on tonight. Garlic, which we know is the natural herb, along with some pure olive oil, it works wonders. Amen. So tonight we thank you. We thank you for inviting us again into your homes and to your workplace. I want to say, and join us here at Holy Temple, the Church of God in Christ, for the Spirit of the Lord is here. Amen. The power of the Lord is here. The glory of the Lord is here. And that's my prayer. And that's God to fill the house. Fill it with His glory. Fill it with His presence. Fill it with His power. I ask God all the time, I say, Lord, fill it with your anointing. You know, fill it with your peace. Fill it with your love. Then I believe that if God fill the house with all that, then the souls are going to be in it. Then I say, Lord, fill it with souls that are starving, souls that desire to be saved, want to be saved. I want y'all to know we're living in the last days. And we're trying to do all we can. All we can. So tonight again, we trust that you have enjoyed us on tonight, and the handful that are here with us tonight. We're union, we're in our social. This is, we're doing that, so we want you to know that we're following that, but at the same time, God is blessing us here at Holy Temple. I wanted to say on Sunday, I told to my sister on today, and I told her, I said, you know, the power of the Lord was so high in this place on Sunday. I remember I was looking at us on Sunday, and as I was preaching, the power of the Lord was so high. And I was sitting, I was saying, you know what? If anybody walked in them doors and tried to stop us, I believe the power of the Lord would have knocked them out. They would have been shut out of the door. Because the power of God was too strong in this place. But it ain't down in here. I don't even worry about anybody coming in here because the Spirit just tells me if anybody do come in, they won't be able to stop them because the Lord would have had to. Amen. So we thank God for what He's doing here at Holy Temple Church of God in Christ. God bless you. God smile upon you is our prayer. God bless you. Amen. At this time, we will and then also,
Tomorrow, the prayer line is 12 o'clock. We'll be back on the prayer line at 12 and again at